Let me start by just going to say that I am incredibly humbled and honored to be here to speak in front of such incredibly brave men and women who sacrifice their lives. It's so appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and get started with a quote from one of my favorite presidents, John F. Kennedy, who once said, "Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, and oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty." And to this day, I personally believe this to be true. My respect and admiration for the United States Armed Forces is so deeply rooted within me that few things compare. My childhood differed greatly from your quote-unquote normal childhood. Mine consisted of new duty stations, cardboard boxes and moving trucks, new towns, new schools, new friends, and other military families who essentially became part of my own. My father was a career Marine for 20 years, flying CH-53 Delta helicopters while working in avionics and maintenance control. I attended 13 different schools in 18 years and lived in 5 states, from one end of the country to the other. I've often been asked as I'm older, was life as a military brat hard? Would I have really actually changed anything? My answer to those people is that yes, my childhood was indeed very difficult. Imagine hugging your dad multiple times a year, saying goodbye as he deploys, wondering if he's even going to come home. Realizing that his many near-death experiences, and while he's away, he managed to return home to me, but many of our family friends did not. I personally knew many of these people and their families, and watching their hardships was incredibly heartbreaking. Imagine getting the lead role in a school play or shooting the game-winning goal at your soccer game and wishing only that your dad was there to see it. Imagine Thanksgivings and Christmases without your dad and the emptiness that kind of takes place in your heart. Those were the difficult aspects of my childhood, but when asked if I would have changed anything, my answer remains the same: not in a million years. While my family endured our own hardships, difficult adjustments, unfamiliar towns, and constant transitions, the privilege of being a military child is a tremendous gift. As military brats, we're resilient. We are quick to adapt to change and thrive on the social challenges of making new friends and becoming comfortable and familiar with new surroundings and environments. As military brats, we're strong. We've learned to cope effectively with stress and are better prepared to overcome life's many challenges, in addition to facing a multitude of adversity throughout our lives. As military brats, we appreciate culture. The saying goes, your home is where the military sends you next. And whether it be within the continental United States or abroad, we're exposed and ingrained in a multitude of various cultures and lifestyles, and we adapt accordingly. And finally, as military brats, we have a deeper understanding and appreciation of the sacrifice that members of the United States Armed Forces make on a daily basis. And while we didn't wear those camis or those dog tags, deploy to foreign nations, or make that sacred pledge to protect our country, we bear witness to the strength and dedication it takes to live a life that few could. In the past few years, I've made the transition from the role of a military brat to the sister of a very fine Marine. A Marine who I've grown to admire and who is my very best friend. He's currently deployed in Afghanistan, and every single day I pray for him, but I could not be more proud. As I close, I leave you with one last quote from Father Dennis Edward O'Brien from the United States Marine Corps. "It is the soldier, not the minister, who has given us the freedom of religion. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us the freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us the freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to protest. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the soldier, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the soldier who salutes the flag and who serves beneath it." Tonight, let's raise our glasses and toast to every single member of the United States Armed Forces at home or abroad, and people in this room. Your sacrifice does not go unnoticed, and we thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate it. Real Scene TV has sponsored us all month with Mobile Network One, and they have done all of our programs and given us great coverage, and I appreciate it. They've also raised a lot of money for our charity.